I think in that scene it's going on a lot, that people just keep proclaiming there is no me, there is no me, there is no me, and somehow insist linguistically in something that is not backed up by energy. I'm saying that because I've experienced it myself, that I just keep denying personality, but I couldn't actually take it out. I couldn't.
Yeah. So what you're describing is an intellectual engagement with this. Once again, that's a very safe place for the personality. So the personality can even play the game of saying, oh yeah, I know what that means. I know there's no one here. I know all the spiritual. I mean, there's so much information out there now. It's very easy to pick up anything and build a kind of spiritual personality where you know all these things conceptually. But you see, what you described in this going into that feeling that's difficult is a different engagement with this that goes, you're starting then to go beyond an intellectual engagement with this. And that's where the action is. That's where this becomes your experience, not just in the head. It becomes in your heart and in your full body, in all the centers. That's why it's so important that, you know, I know exactly what you're talking about. And a lot of the people out there are just engaging in the intellectual level. And that's not what this is. That's not what this is.
Yeah. But I can relate so much to that trap, to like just believe that you have to rethink it and think it again, think it from a different angle, get more information, read more.
Yes.
Like,
it's kind of natural. It's the idea that you can think your way out of it, out of the suffering. And it's a safer way of going about it because you're still in the land of what's safe to the personality, thought and concept. If I've just got to change my thinking a bit, and then I'll be, then I'll get it. But this goes much deeper than that. The main thing is your readiness. You know, what I feel in you is this readiness. Like you can use what I'm saying. And the reason you can use it is because there's an openness to it. Now, somebody watching might think, well, he's being influenced by me or brainwashed by me or something, but that's not what's going on here. This is a trust thing whereby I saw something that you couldn't see. You trusted me enough at least to kind of be able to hear it and think, well, maybe he's got something to tell me. And then you look at it yourself and then you find out if it's true or not. So it's not me implanting things in you that you believe. It's me saying, have you thought about this? I'm feeling this about you. Then you look at it and you find out for yourself if it's true. If it's true, you'll know it. It's got a sense and it will have power for you and it will change your life. So this is the sort of sacred thing that's going on in this relationship. I think it's a very special thing because, you know, out there in life, you know, how often do you get to engage with people on that level, on that very deep level? It's a very special thing, I think. I don't take it for granted at all. When someone starts to open up, you know, sometimes it will take a while before it happens, but it's like a sort of flower kind of opening. And it's based on time and trust and all sorts of things coming together, and readiness and openness. Yeah.
The great thing is that I kind of know that's not used against me. So the experience of a personality is like it should not get exposed because other personalities use it against me. But in this group and with you, and for myself, I feel like this stage of nothing else matters, as we have said once in the group.
Yeah.
So it's just like absolutely ready to like see it and to expose it when it's not seen.
Yeah, that's why one of the chapters in my book is called readiness. It's this doesn't work without the readiness. It's everything being in place, and it's that, You know, if you're being run by that, if the personality is running the show, it wouldn't have taken you to this point, because it would have said, keep away from that guy. Don't go in that direction. Don't feel that feeling. Go and have a drink. Go and smoke. All of those things, right? But you have kind of gone beyond the dictates of your personality, and it's brought you to this place. And there's a vulnerability in it, of course, because you haven't been there before, you know. But am I right in saying it's? I don't know. You tell me. Is it bearing any gifts? If so, what would they be?
Yeah, absolutely. It's hard to pin it down, but one way to describe it is when, for example, I look at something that I do and something that is not pretty, let's say, because I insult people.
Yeah.
Then, like, the classic personality response from this guy here is a certain pride and a certain justification that like makes it possible to be even proud of those insults, or to even frame it as such that I'm a violent guy that can use very dirty words and not feel bad about it, has no moral.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's pretty easy to fall into the opposite, because then when you find out, oh my God, like that's not what personality is doing there. It's like it's defending itself. It's playing a dirty game, and then you feel bad about it, which is the opposite. But that's, for me, not what that's about. Like, for me, it's not about repairing it. I think that's very worthy aspect. It's not about repairing it. It's just about seeing it. And
this is what I mean by everything has to be seen. It's the seeing of it with the choiceless awareness, and that's different from saying I'm a bad person or I shouldn't have done that. The seeing of it, choiceless awareness, is unemotional. It's pure, and it doesn't have any judgment on what is seen. That's the important thing. But I'm still pushing you on this question, Marcus. It's like I'm saying, look, you've recently opened up a bit here. You have in the group and with me. And you could argue the personality might say, well, why are you doing that? What are you getting out of it? You're more vulnerable. It's very difficult. It's very painful, the feelings that it brings up. So my question to you is, why are you doing it? Or what are you getting out of it?
I don't know if I can now satisfy your question, but for me, a good way to explain it to myself is that there's something that has a grasp on this whole consciousness, and it gets loosened, and it sometimes gets completely loose. So
right.
This is just very good. It's very good to let that go, because it's very, very sticky, and it's very it's very hard to loosen. It's basically everywhere, and it has so many points where it can hold you, and even make you believe that it is required.
Yeah. And it's everything you've come to think is normal and who you are, and you've been taught to believe it is who you are, and you're stuck with it, and that's how it is, and it can't change. And I'm saying that's not who you are. And there's some part of you, there must be, otherwise we wouldn't even be talking now, that knows that is not who you are, that has a sense. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I would imagine from what you've just said that senses that being without that contraction, as I use the word contraction a lot, you call it sticky and this kind of shell, that without that, there is a different kind of life that is possible.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, it's no small thing, this, Marcus. I mean, it's like, can you imagine living without that sticky shell, that contraction that you've just described?
Yes.
Yeah. It's no small thing, this. It will change your life totally.
That's very precious.
It is, yeah.